and Ashikar and Guilty Angel. Okay, so this story, all right, like I said, I'm probably maybe 3 days late on this story, but the Met Gala just passed. It was wonderful. And the theme was centered around black dandyism. Okay. And I heard of the Congo dandies, but being a black dandy, it really started in America. Okay, putting on your best suits and blazers, your hats, colorful, stylish. This is Black American. Okay, and they were honoring that, and the other races of people showed up. Gigi Hadid, she honored Josephine Baker with her dress. But there were a lot of black people. The theme was around Black American dandyism. And I did notice that there were a number of Indians who are famous who showed up, and they have been there before, but I don't recall seeing so many. And that's a good thing to see diversity. So, this man that you see on the left, his name, now I hope I'm saying this correctly. I am familiar with seeing his face, okay? His name is Shah Rukh or Shah Rukh Khan. They call him King Khan. He is the fourth biggest actor on the globe, in the globe. He is very popular in India's Hollywood called Bollywood. Bollywood. I want you to leave a heart. Leave a heart in the chat if you know who this man is. Leave a heart if you've heard of him, if you've seen him before. Because Indians on TikTok, a lot of them were having a meltdown because they couldn't believe that a lot of people in America don't know who he is. And they felt very offended that Tiana Taylor and Ego Indwin did not know who he was, and some of them making videos saying stuff, and black people making videos like, look, we don't even know who he is. Bollywood is not big in America. Or there was a white woman who asked him, who are you? Who are you? And he said, I'm Shah Rukh Khan. And it wasn't a big deal. But the minute that Tiana Taylor and Ego did not know who he was, all of a sudden it was this big controversy. So there have been a number of opinions. Some people are saying this is racial. Maybe they felt like they should be kissing his butt like he's Beyonce, and that maybe they felt, well, these are black women. Are they beneath me? You should know who I am type of thing. It's a lot of different opinions going on. But Indian people, a number of them in America are upset. And Indians and black people are kind of going back and forth on TikTok about this. Some Indian people are taking up for Tiana Taylor in the black community, saying, it wasn't even about Indians. This was to celebrate black dandyism in America. The style, being a black dandy, is a fashion style. It was a theme to honor Black American people. It wasn't about the Indian community. And now it's turned into this controversy about, him in the Indian community. Okay, so let's see before we get into it with the videos. Now, I am familiar with Bollywood. I like to watch. I feel that a lot of foreign films are very good. Very good. There are a lot of films that are top tier that are not from Hollywood, not America. Now, I'm not extremely, I've seen some Bollywood films, and they make really good films, honestly. But it's not big in America. Now, I first really got introduced into Bollywood and the Indian film industry because of Aishwarya Rai. Aishwarya Rai that you see on the screen, she is the most famous actress in the world. And she is Bollywood's, India's film industry's biggest star. She got married into the royal family of actors in India, Abhishek, and they had a child and everything. And she was Miss India. So a film that I love, before we get into it, that she was in, she has several films, is called Bride and Prejudice. They make films where they speak in English. Oh yes, they just don't do Indian. Even if they're just speaking the Indian language, they have subtitles, but their films are top tier. A number of them, to be real with you, they are. And a lot of people watch them. There were a lot of black people who are not American who were also in shock and saying, well, black Americans, Americans in general, think that the whole world revolves around us and we grew up knowing these people. They don't know, and this and that. But this is a really good film. Also, with Bride and Prejudice, Ashanti is in the film. She made an appearance singing in the film. So there are black Americans. Snoop Dogg and Ashanti have been in Bollywood films. You just don't hear about it. But I've seen the movie, and Ashanti was also, she made an appearance in that film, the Bollywood film. Okay, also you have Priyanka Chopra. Now, Priyanka Chopra, many of you know, she is with one of the Jonas Brothers, and that shocked a lot of people. She also was at the Met Gala, okay? And one thing I found out that I did not know is that she was the mistress of Shah Rukh Khan, the man on the left, and that the Indian community, they said that they tried to destroy her career. And they're saying that's why she came over here to America, to start a new life and career in America. And she ended up not marrying an Indian man. She married one of the Jonas Brothers. Okay. And she was allegedly the mistress of Shah Rukh Khan. Okay. Now she has a film, a Bollywood film that I love. I have this on DVD. I highly suggest you get it. It's called Fashion. It's a really, really good film. Now let's get into Shah Rukh Khan. Now, one thing that I also found out is that his designer or assistant, whoever he was, they basically said that he meant not to dress on theme. The theme was to honor Black American dandyism. And he showed up wearing what he wanted to wear, and he said they intentionally came wearing what they wanted to wear. They didn't even honor the style, the theme that was honoring Black people. He basically, correct me if I'm wrong, he felt he was too good, or he's the biggest star in the world. I don't have to bow down to the Black American theme. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. And in the video, the man that was with them told Tiana Taylor, like, basically, do you know who you talking to? Do you know who this is? This is the biggest star in the world. It did seem like the assistant or whoever he was, he expected Tiana Taylor, he expected them to bow and worship him or to act like a fangirl. And the crazy thing is that Tiana Taylor and the Black committee were the ones who invited him. So Indian Americans, some of them are making these videos trying to call out Black people, like, how you don't know who you're interviewing, you should have studied, or how can you not act like he's not who he is? And the thing is that he wouldn't even be there if Black people on the committee didn't even invite him. But they were so offended that, they weren't worshiping him. And the thing you have to understand, Bollywood is not popular in America. Indian Americans watch Bollywood, but the average American doesn't know anything about Bollywood. Bollywood is big in India, England, the Caribbean. So it's big everywhere else except America. So apparently from the comments I read, South Africans know who he is. Caribbeans know who he is. UK, people in the UK know who he is. And they are in shock that Black American people and white American people, but let's say Black American, don't know who he is. Now, because I have watched some Bollywood films and I have looked at videos about Bollywood, I know who he is by his face. I recognize him. But the average black person, if I were to go outside right now, I guarantee you the average black person I ask, do you know who Shah Rukh Khan is? They're going to say to me, who the hell is that? And white people. Maybe some Asian people might know who he is, but he's not. Bollywood is not promoted here. Hollywood is what is here. That is the industry here. Foreign films do not get promoted in America. You can watch them. On Tubi and stuff like that, and Netflix, and I have watched foreign films, and that's how I know how good a lot of foreign films are. But the average American, I don't believe is they're not familiar with Bollywood. Let me see in the chat. Ari says, I've never seen any Bollywood films. Jamar says, I don't know about the biggest star. Well, he is. He's worth $600 to $800 million. So he's pretty big. AJ says most of the Western world has no idea who he is. Let's see. Ari says, have any of you ever watched K-dramas? No, I haven't. Anime, I'm not big into cartoons. So that's one of the reasons I don't watch anime. I'm not big into cartoons like that. Exandria says, are we supposed to know who he is? Why are they mad? Well, because he is a global sensation, just not in America. And if you were to ask Indian people, do you know who some of the Asian stars are in K-pop? Most of them don't know. But some of them took this very personal, that black people didn't know who he was and felt like we should be ashamed. And how dare you not honor him? How dare you not fangirl for him? How dare you just act like, you're on the same level as him, basically. So let me show the videos of what people are saying about this. Well, sort of beef, but not. Some Indians are mad. Some Indians are not mad. But I think this he was introduced to black people now. Now black people might research who he is. I don't know. Maybe in a few years, Bollywood films might get big over here, but it's not. It's not in America. So let's see what people are saying. Let's see.
Am I the only one who doesn't think this interview is that bad?
Literally one of the most famous people on planet Earth. In fact, he's probably more famous than Earth. My grandma can't remember her own Wi-Fi password, but she will remember Shah Rukh Khan's birthday.
The interview starts with an introduction.
Who is the first male Bollywood actor to attend the Met Gala? Please tell us how it feels to make history.
Which is true. This isn't a rude question.
I don't know about history, but I'm extremely nervous.
He just answers it. The designer comes up and says this.
Just to give you a little bit of context, Shah Rukh Khan is probably one of the most famous men in the world, and his fan following is legendary.
I'm not saying it's a great interview, but it wasn't disrespectful. They weren't rude. They didn't cut him off. It was just a very surface level interview. I've watched his movies before, but not everybody is me. Yeah, he's acted in over 80 films, but they're also mostly in Hindi. My question is, what is disrespectful that they actually did? Him being on the Met Gala carpet is a net win to me because we need more representation. Maybe this is an opportunity for them to learn more.
All right, now black people are researching him. And what they're finding is that he actually promoted skin bleaching products. So some black people feel like, should we like this guy if he actually thinks darker skin is disgusting to him? Okay, so he says now you are fair, aka pale, white skin, and now you are handsome now. So the opposite of handsome is ugly. So apparently if you're not pale, then you are not attractive. That's basically what it means. So hold on for a second. Okay, let's see. All right, so that's the commercial. He's trying to get the girl, And there comes Shah Rukh Khan handing him some skin bleaching products because he's telling him, look, you can get 5 shades lighter or 4 shades lighter. And now look at you. And that's his famous little hand move. Now you look good. And now you can get the girls because you're like 4 shades lighter now. So that is what he puts. Look, he's in the commercial. Fair and Lovely, one of the most infamous skin bleaching products in Asia that Indians are known to promote. Now, look, there's nothing wrong if you want to correct dark spots on your body, if you want to lighten up your knees or your elbows or a mark on your face. But that's not what, they're promoting it for. He's basically saying, look, you want the girl? Okay, you can get the girl if you buy the bleaching cream and get 4 shades lighter. And now you are handsome. That's what he said in the video. Now you are handsome and now you got the girl. So some people are saying maybe the Indian man with him felt like, do you know who you talking to? Maybe you're lucky to even be in his presence. I mean, if he's promoting products like that, clearly he wouldn't think black people of a darker skin than him are attractive or worthy or on his level. So why should black people worship this man? And he basically thinks that if you have darker skin than him, then you're ugly. I mean, let's just keep it real. That's what it means. So no, don't expect black people, at least American black people, maybe black foreign people might promote him, but a number of black people in America are not down with it because basically he promotes products saying that being pale or as white as you can get is better than being black. So, I mean, that is what it is. I had to share it. I know. He did the commercials. He did it. And this is actually not the first one. I actually saw one where he touched the Indian man, his face. He wasn't dark to me, but he was still brown, darker than him. And he touched his face and did a look like, oh, this is disgusting. Like, you can't have this skin color. And then promoted the skin bleach. So there you go. There go one. There you go. Look, Indian people that see this video cannot get mad. He made the commercial. So black people said, okay, you want us to know who he is and what we're going to research him. And this is some of what they found. Okay. So let's get more into it.
Hi, Shah Rukh Khan. How does it feel to be the first male Bollywood star to attend the Met Gala? What the fuck about that legitimate question screams unprepared. Someone answer that for me. That question left room for a broader conversation about, it's insane that I'm the first given the magnitude and scale of the impact that Bollywood has had on media all across the globe. My being the first is like a microcosm of a bigger issue within Western mainstream media. Tea! That would have been tea! I would have loved to hear the answer to that question. Instead, we were waterboarded with some diatribe about how many movies he's made. He's this mega star and the most famous of all stars in all of the land. Love that for him, but that's not what this event was fucking about. Not that Shah Rukh Khan or his designer actually gave a fuck about the theme. Listen to what his designer says about the look he concocted for SRK. Mukherjee described his vision for the look as a tribute to Khan's global stature. Shah Rukh Khan is one of the greatest superstars in the world, a cinematic hero, the designer said. His blockbuster performances and leading man charisma have created a legendary international fan following. My interpretation of the Black Dandy is demonstrating his superstardom on a global stage. Shah Rukh Khan is a magician, superstar, and icon, period.
I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible, and I'm going to hold your hand while I'm doing it. The average American has no idea who Shah Rukh Khan is. Matter of fact, I'm an entertainment reporter. I went to work today and I asked a few people, do you know who Shah Rukh Khan is? And they all said no. And these are people who have been in the industry 20 plus years. And two things can be true at once. He is an international, global superstar, a living legend. He's not relevant in American pop culture. And that is by design. America for a long time has only exported its culture, media, art as a means of soft power and never imported it. And it's to perpetuate this false idea that America is the best country in the world, the best at everything, and the rest of the world's media, music, movies, etc. is subpar. Only recently is that changing with social media, the internet, streaming services, importing entertainment from the rest of the world. So we have K-pop, for example, Nollywood movies, Bollywood movies. Even let's look at the name Bollywood, for example, which is a combination of Bombay, which was the former name of the Indian city Mumbai, and Hollywood. Right? So it still centers the American film industry. Same thing with Nollywood, which is Nigerian Hollywood. So I think the anger towards Ego and Tiana is misdirected because they did not disrespect him at all. But I think it's this frustration with America. Now we think we're the center of the universe, and that has created animosity. We're very sheltered from the rest of the world, deliberately. Even the way we teach geography in schools isn't the way they teach geography abroad. That's why the average American, when you ask him where India is going to point to Brazil. Things are changing. We are bursting through our bubble. We are getting exposed to different cultures, different languages, different influences. And for some, that is seen as threatening, including this current administration. I also know how hyper-focused our entertainment outlets are on American pop culture, and not just American pop culture, white American pop culture. And in fact, the irony of all of this is the fact that this was the first Met Gala to put a spotlight on Black style, and how for too long that has gone unacknowledged, unappreciated, appropriated. And this was supposed to be the moment that was spotlighted. And so the whole point is, we're all fighting the same fight, y'all. And it is misdirected anger to take it out on those two women. I love them. I think they did a good job. But it's not lost on me that job hosting the Vogue live stream was held by Andre Leon Talley, who was fired and ousted from that position because they wanted Liza Koshy, a YouTuber, who it's not her fault, but they wanted the eyeballs, right? With the changing social media times, they wanted somebody with a huge following instead of somebody who was a fashion historian, who had extensive knowledge of the industry. He knew every stitch, seam, sequence, inspiration, every designer down to the T. He was worldly and knowledgeable about different cultures. But in today's day and age, that's not important anymore.
Shah Rukh Khan was not disrespected in the Met Gala, especially by my girl Ego, okay? Big up to her. She's Nigerian. I have to stand with my Niger people, okay? Half Indian and Nigerian. I know what I'm talking about here. Let me end the war. Let me end the dialogue. Let me drop it here, okay? This message is for the South Asian Indian Desi community. Listen up real good, okay? I'm half Indian. I know what I'm talking about. Tiana Taylor looked amazing. She looked so almost scary in a way, but like whimsical. Like, you know, her outfit had a lot of depth. They killed it. When I'm talking about black dandyism, I'm thinking about what Tiana Taylor wore. Shah Rukh Khan was not disrespected in the Met Gala though. I don't know why all the Indians, all the Desi girlies are mad because two black sisters was not chutar kissing Shah Rukh Khan. You know, I think you guys need to understand that black people, we're not gonna chutar kiss anybody. We don't have to. We already been through enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're making a space for all of us to, you know, express ourselves and celebrate who we are with respect to the work that was put in to get to where we are right now. And listen, let me tell you right now, black people put that thing on their back. When you talk about when you talk about American entertainment, let's be for real. I didn't even want to talk about this because when I first saw it, the interview, I didn't even think that there was anything wrong with that. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, actually, y'all not even talking about how Tiana Taylor was kind of giving, you know, she was kind of saying daddy, like a little too much daddy. She was using the word, like he said dad, and then she was like, daddy. I'm like, there was some good vibes there in the interview. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's the thing about some Desi people, though. I have to be for real. You know, I love my people, but sometimes you guys just do... You know, we're Bollywood actors and actresses, like low-key. Everyone is in their own soap opera, living their own soap opera dream. You gotta understand that You know, even though our lands are very populated and we have our own cinema and basically our own culture and universe, like, not everybody is going to feel the same way about what we feel. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to feel the same way about Bollywood. And quite frankly speaking, I can completely understand that. I love Bollywood, but I also love the intersectionality of American entertainment and how it's cross-culturally tied. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as Desi people, we really got to do better. You know, we got to open our hearts more, especially to just right now. Like, I don't know what is up, man. I think it's a spiritual thing. I rebuke the spirit in the name of Jesus. Like, when it came to Diljit's dialogue, I had to chime in because people were saying that he wasn't dressed up on like theme, and I think that he was absolutely dressed up on theme. So that is asides the point. But when it comes to Shah Rukh Khan, he was not disrespected. And unfortunately, some people think that others are just going to fawn over the same type of celebrities that would walk in. Like, for example, even though I'm half Desi and Nigerian, if I was to meet Hilary Duff, I'm fangirling. I'm absolutely fangirling. Do I expect the next black girl or brown girl to fangirl? No, because that's what I like. Okay? But if I'm seeing, you know, any other person that's probably big globally, but I'm not really too familiar with, I'm not gonna fangirl. Let's just do better. You know, Black people have sacrificed so much for us to even have a platform in the Western entertainment industry. Brown people, the West is starting to really villainize you and to ridicule you and to put you on a lower scale. Okay? We know that it's history will always repeat itself. Our knowledge about how we interact with that and emancipate ourselves from this negative stereotype is to come together and embrace what already is and what we have and what we've worked so hard to become. So, and that is not linear. That is very much holistic and intersectional with other communities and cultures. Look at my life, for example. I'm half Nigerian and Indian, and I'm so blessed to know both of my cultures very well. Not like an expert, but I know it well enough to tell you I know my culture. And nobody can take that away from me. I think as brown people, we need to break down these barriers of self-hatred or internalized superiority complexes. I really think that that's what might hit the nail on the head. If there's one thing that you can take away, brown people, South Asian people, anybody of the Indian, South Asian diaspora, just take this quote away from this video. United we stand, divided we fall. Okay? We need to start standing together with cultures and communities and just stop trying to, you know, villainize other people for absolutely nothing. But I think that has to be unpacked on individualistic scales before we can see a collective change. But I have hope because I exist. My family exists. My kids, nieces and nephews, and we're just going to continue to exist because I see more and more of us coming out, becoming more aware, breaking generational trauma, embracing who we are, and standing for something that is inclusive and good, like genuinely good. There's no ill will or anything like that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. This
Are Indians overreacting, or was the Shah Rukh Khan Met Gala interview really that bad? First, let's watch the interview.
Oh, thank you. And this is the designer tonight. Yes.
Sabyasachi.
You did a great job, Sabyasachi. Yes.
If you don't know, Shah Rukh Khan has been in over 100 Bollywood movies. He's one of the top 10 richest actors, and he has won awards in numerous different countries. Also, as the interviewers even pointed out, he is the first male Bollywood celebrity to attend the Met Gala.
Here with Shah Rukh Khan, who is the first male Bollywood actor to attend the Met Gala. Please tell us how it feels to make history tonight.
Needless to say, this is very exciting, especially for the Indian community. And we have a right to be disappointed because that interview was horrendous.
The carpet tonight is actually blue. So does that make you any less nervous?
Yes, now I'm absolutely all right.
It's okay now.
Let me break down that interview. First, they ask him how it feels to make history, and Shah Rukh Khan very humbly answers that he doesn't know about the history part, but he's very excited to be there for his kids. There's then a couple more awkward questions, like if he's excited to walk the red carpet, like some awkward laughs, and then finally, Sabyasachi, the designer, steps in, and he explains how Shah Rukh Khan is like such a big deal, and how he has this huge following, and clearly the interviewers are like very surprised.
Just to give you a little bit of context, Shah Rukh Khan is probably one of the most famous men in the world. And his fan following is legendary. And we nearly had a stampede outside the hotel when he came out.
I don't think anyone was being like rude or racist. It was just a bad, awkward interview. But here's the real issue. The second we decide to call out this bad interview is when you guys decide to reveal all your hidden racism. Because listen, we have a right to be disappointed. This was a big historic moment and the interviewers completely dropped the ball. I understand that there's a lot of celebrities and there's a lot of interviews and it's probably really hard for them to keep track of everything. But when I think it's such a historic moment, like having the first male Bollywood actor to walk the red carpet, I feel like they should have had some better questions and a lot more preparation. I would also argue that their tone felt a little condescending and it was almost like they were talking down to him. But for me, the real issue is the freaking comment sections. All I'm saying is if somebody was calling out a celebrity for being like mistreated, my first response isn't gonna be, I didn't know who they were. It doesn't matter if you know who they are. Like, that's not your job, it's the interviewer's job. Also, the amount of comments I've seen like this, that's just straight up racist. I feel like this should be common sense, but if there's an issue that you don't know about or you don't understand, you need to go and educate yourself instead of just telling everyone that it doesn't matter. Let me know your thoughts and let me know if you agree. Bye.
They're doing the sinners thing again. Why is it that every time it's about Black people, we have to bring someone else into it? So now the Southeast Asians are upset with us. Really, they're upset with Anna Wintour, but they're not going to say that because they're upset with two Black women because they interviewed a Bollywood superstar, a global international superstar, but they didn't fangirl over him the way they feel like they should. And isn't this the same thing that happened less than 2 weeks ago when a Latino man got on this app and got upset because he felt like his culture wasn't represented in Sinners? At this point, it's a pattern that every time we're celebrating, specifically American Black culture, American Black people are expected to put a spotlight on other people when it's our time to shine. We need to talk about that more often.
It seems as though the app wasn't a huge fan of a brown face calling out anti-blackness, so it pulled this video from the feed within the first hour. No big deal. But I'm still gonna try to make the same point in a slightly drunker, more oblique way. To the South Asians on here, trying to make the case that Shah Rukh Khan was disrespected on the carpet of the Met Gala, simply because he was asked standard interview questions. The first one being, hey, as the first Bollywood attendee, are you excited? I don't think you know what disrespect is. Because yes, Shah Rukh Khan is objectively one of the most famous actors on planet Earth and has been for over 2 decades. But why was this the first Met Gala he attended? You think it was a coincidence that this also happened to be the first Met Gala where an underrepresented population finally was at the helm of the theme and the guest list? Does that feel like an accident to you? When I think of other similar star-studded global events, like Cannes, for instance, did you know members of Bollywood have been attending Cannes since the late 40s? Did you know that in 1983, we had the first Bollywood director sit on the jury? Aishwarya Rai became the first Bollywood actress to sit on the jury at Cannes over 20 years ago. Why do you think it took so long here? Could it be, interestingly, that when Black Americans in this country gain representation and power, we all, as minorities, gain representation and power? Or is that just a conspiracy theory? It is increasingly alarming to me that the South Asian community has no real concept of what Black Americans have done for us here. That's disrespectful. And it's not just disrespectful, it's dangerous. Because as I've tried to make clear in video after video, in conversation after conversation, to this administration, melanin is melanin is melanin. You're worried about representation? Without solidarity, this administration is going to pick us off one by one. But good luck with that anti-blackness. Hope that proximity to whiteness works out for you.
You cannot say Americans think we're the center of the universe and then get mad when Americans don't know who you are, because the reality is that man wouldn't be at the Met if it wasn't for Black people. Let's keep it a bean. And apparently, according to him, he had to be begged to get here by his designer. He didn't want to go. And I find it very interesting how a couple of you creators are sitting here talking about how Tiana Taylor and Ego should know who he is. And then in the same breath, you're big upping a man who did a skin bleaching commercial. And then you're talking about you have issues with your skin tone. I find that suspicious. I find that suspicious. The reality is we don't know who he is. Just like there's plenty of Black actors and actresses that I know because I was raised on their movies and you guys have no idea about because they are Black people famous. They're Black Hollywood famous. And the fact that you guys are not harping on the white woman who was like, who are you? And he had to tell her who he was shows me that you guys are anti-Black. You're anti-Black. You have a problem with Black people because you have a problem with colorism. You have a problem with a caste system. And should we know about this man? Possibly. But my attitude is still the same. If you don't care about Americans because Americans think they're the center of the universe, you shouldn't care about people at the Met Gala knowing who this man is. And the man wasn't even on theme. He didn't even try to be on theme. Like, come on.
Apparently, a lot of people didn't know who this person was at the Met Gala. Man, Americans, man, y'all don't be knowing shit outside of America, huh? But let me put y'all on, though. This is Shah Rukh Khan. Arguably one of the greatest Bollywood actors ever. He has like 80 plus movies, yo. And I've been watching this man since I was a kid, but my mom put me onto Bollywood. So, yeah, I know. You feel me? Like, I've been watching him for a long time, bro. Like, he's better than a lot of American actors. Like, the top American actors, he's better than them. I promise you, hands down. You feel me? He's the type of actor, like, if you want him to play any type of role in a movie, oh, yeah, he's going to body it. You feel me? You want him to be a comedian, it could be a comedian. You want him to be a lover boy, it could be a lover boy. You want him to be like an action, you feel me? Like a bad guy, he could do it. He could do any role, bro. With ease. You feel me? And to me, that I feel like that's what you could consider like a great actor, bro. Like, you could do any type of thing they want you to do, bro. You feel me? And it's like, damn, a lot of people didn't know him, but you feel me? I'm not surprised, you feel me? But yo, he has billions of followers. Like, not just on the internet, like billions of people know this guy. He's worldwide, not just in America or like not just in India. World fucking wide. Like in Africa, like every continent, bro. They know who this person is, bro. I promise you that.
The thing about this Met Gala interview controversy is the people that are upset are lying to like weasel their way out of just saying that I'm upset they didn't glaze him enough, because they clearly knew who he was. So the people saying, oh, they should have done their research. They did. They knew who he was. They knew he was a Bollywood actor. What you're upset about is that they didn't give him the proper reverence that you think he deserves. And that's okay for you to feel that way. And I'm sure if you met him, you would freak out. But like, they don't understand how famous he is and how big of a deal he is, because they probably don't really know much about him, right? Like, you can tell someone all you want about how big of a celebrity he is and how many he has billions of fans and everything like that. But if they didn't grow up watching his movies, what does that mean to them? He's just some guy who's an actor somewhere else. Like, that's what he is to a lot of people. For example, I've never heard of this guy before literally today, okay? But if you stood him next to me and you said, this guy has sold the most movies ever, he's the richest actor, whatever, all that's great. And I would say, oh, wow, this is a famous guy. But like, to me, he's just an actor somewhere else, right? You can't just download that into someone's brain. You can't just download that reverence. So they clearly knew who he was. They clearly knew he was a big deal. But to them, he's just another celebrity.
If it was two white women who interviewed Shah Rukh Khan at the Met Gala, this would not have been met with any of the discourse that's currently happening. The entire backlash is rooted in anti-blackness. I'm going to show you a interview of the legend Babyface and how he was rudely interviewed, rudely set aside, just so you can see what an actual rude, dismissive interview looks like versus what Shah Rukh Khan experienced with Ego and Tiana Taylor.
The genre with hip-hop and rock as well.
Yes, I think it's interesting.
Chapel.
You guys want to do that? Go do that.
So sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Hello, how's it going,
We are here with Shah Rukh Khan, who is the first male Bollywood actor to attend the Met Gala. Please tell us how it feels to make history tonight.
I don't know about history, but I'm extremely nervous and excited. And Sabbe here, Sabbe Sachi, who convinced me to come here.
The only person that was rude in this entire interview process was the designer. He walked into that room with a goal and a mission to present himself and Shah Rukh Khan as the most famous man in the world because he assumed that no one would know who he is, which I understand. We understand as black people, we understand representation and why it matters. But to show up at the Black Dandy event, any interview by two black women, and after they acknowledged the man, said the man was breaking was making history by being the first Bollywood actor, and then you still wanted to double down and be rude to them? Let's call a spade here, guys. The women are not the one in the wrong.
And just to give you a little bit of context, Shah Rukh Khan is probably one of the most famous men in the world. And his fan following is legendary. And we nearly had a stampede outside the hotel when he came out. And, you know, when you get a man like this on the red carpet, especially when it's Black Dandy, I think representation is the most important thing, and we wanted to represent Shah Rukh Khan as Shah Rukh Khan and nobody else.
Okay, well, Sabi, I think you did your thing. Shari, you look
I will scream this from the mountaintops until I die. When black people tell you something is anti-black or is due to racism, take a second, take a beat, look internally within yourself and ask yourself, could this be the case? There's a severe history of anti-blackness within the South Asian community with us. So I think that's the reason for it. Do with this information what you will. Have a nice day.
Shah Rukh Khan has always said that when he needs humbling, he goes to the US. Two things can be true. One is that Hollywood, Western media, America in general do not give enough props to entertainment hubs outside of the US. America exports, they don't import a whole lot, and that's why they're late to everything. Look at K-pop, look at Afrobeats. And two, they were at the Met Gala, where everyone there is famous for something. It's not like the interviewers didn't acknowledge he was a Bollywood actor. One of the first questions they asked was, how does it feel to make history as being the first Bollywood actor to attend the Met? Which is exactly what he is. The Met is a really exclusive event. He's the first Bollywood actor to ever be invited, which is a crime in itself. But that lack of recognition from Hollywood to Bollywood is indirectly being projected at these black women who are just doing their job. Shah Rukh answered the question, and he deflected. He was like, I don't know about making history, but my kids wanted me here. You know how mega famous people, they don't like talking about themselves. Rihanna, Adele, they're always talking about their kids. And so Tiana followed in his lead and kept it light. Talked about his kids, talked about his outfit. It was his stylist, whose name I'm forgetting, I'm sorry, who was like, by the way, this is one of the most famous men in the world. And that's great and everything. Listen, if there are no Bollywood fans left on this planet today, I will be here, okay? I love Bollywood with all my heart. I love Shah Rukh Khan. But this is less about Shah Rukh feeling disrespected, at least from what I can see, and more about his fans feeling like he didn't get the fanfare he deserved for being at the Met. First of all, the theme of the night was Black Dandyism, and Shah Rukh looked okay, but I didn't really feel like he was giving all that much anyway. And again, in a room where everybody is famous for one reason or the other, I don't think Shah Rukh Khan needed special treatment.
Okay, give me one quick little second, y'all. I have to get something. So I'm going to play a video that I played again for those who missed it, and I'll be right back, okay?
Hi, I'm going to say
Shah Rukh Khan was not disrespected in the Met Gala, especially by my girl Ego, okay? Big up to her. She's Nigerian. I have to stand with my Niger people. Okay, half Indian and Nigerian. I know what I'm talking about here. Let me end the war. Let me end the dialogue. Let me drop it here, okay? This message is for the South Asian, Indian, Desi community. listen up real good, okay? I'm half Indian. I know what I'm talking about. Teyana Taylor looked amazing. She looked so almost scary in a way, but like whimsical. Like, you know, her outfit had a lot of depth. They killed it. When I'm talking about black dandyism, I'm thinking about what Teyana Taylor wore. Shah Rukh Khan was not disrespected in the Met Gala though. I don't know why all the Indians, all the Desi girlies are mad because two black sisters was not chutar kissing Shah Rukh Khan. You know, I think you guys need to understand that black people, we're not gonna chutar kiss anybody. We don't have to. We already been through enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're making a space for all of us to, you know, express ourselves and celebrate who we are with respect to the work that was put in to get to where we are right now. And listen, let me tell you right now, black people put that thing on their back. When you talk about American entertainment, let's be for real. I didn't even want to talk about this because when I first saw it, the interview, I didn't even think that there was anything wrong with that. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, actually, y'all not even talking about how Teyana Taylor was kind of giving, you know, she was kind of saying daddy, like a little too much daddy. She was using the word, like he said dad, and then she's like, daddy. I'm like, there was some good vibes there in the interview. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's the thing about some Desi people, though. I have to be for real. You know, I love my people, but sometimes you guys just do... You know, we're Bollywood actors and actresses, like low-key. Everyone is in their own soap opera, living their own soap opera dream. You gotta understand that, you know, even though our lands are very populated and we have our own cinema and basically our own culture and universe, like, not everybody is going to feel the same way about what we feel. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's gonna feel the same way about Bollywood, and quite frankly speaking, I can completely understand that. I love Bollywood, but I also love the intersectionality of American entertainment and how it's cross-culturally tied. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as Desi people, we really got to do better. You know, we got to open our hearts more, especially to just right now. Like, I don't know what is up, man. I think it's a spiritual thing. I rebuke the spirit in the name of Jesus. Like, when it came to Diljit's dialogue, I had to chime in because
Oh my god. Not people at the Met Gala not knowing who Shah Rukh Khan is. Is everybody okay? Because when they go do their little Googling after the whole thing, they're going to be very fucking shocked. Shah Rukh Khan is literally one of the most famous actors in the world. I get it. America is in its little bubble and not everybody knows things that happen outside of America, but Shah Rukh Khan is an icon. He's legendary. And you know what I loved? How Sabyasachi literally said, just to give you some context, this man is the man. No, but you know how insane that is? Also, Diljit and Shah Rukh Khan ate the fuck down with their outfits. I don't even care. And you know what I love? That Shah Rukh Khan was like, I'm wearing what I'm comfortable with because I think that's the way it should be. Period. Full stop. Done, 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 done. It's true. It's true. And I love that Sabya even said, like, Shah Rukh Khan needs to just be represented as Shah Rukh Khan because Shah Rukh Khan is the moment. We don't need to dress up Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan wears the clothes. The clothes do not wear Shah Rukh Khan, okay? What an icon, honestly. What a legend. I'm so glad that he got to have this moment, got to represent for the culture. But yeah, interviewers need to do better, honestly. Come with the research before you...
Okay. First of all, it is disrespectful to not honor the theme. Every year there is a theme at the Met Gala. Everybody knows it and you dress as the theme. But basically she's saying he's better than everyone else. He's a global superstar. He wears what he wants to wear. He doesn't have to follow the theme of the gala. Okay. I mean, there are other people who feel that way too. That's how she feels. Also, in the comments, someone said, is Bollywood anti-black? I have seen black people make appearances in Bollywood films, but they're never the main star. And plus, Bollywood, like someone just said, they're in their own little bubble at large. The same way they say Hollywood is in its bubble, America's in its bubble. Bollywood does not cast dark-skinned Indians as the lead. Now, some of them will say that Bollywood started in North India. North Indians tend to be lighter, not all the time, and that's their industry. But then Indians will say we have every skin complexion, which is true. Just like in the black race, they have every skin color, but yet majority of the time, you will never see a dark-skinned Indian woman. And what they even say is dark is not even dark skin. I'm saying actually dark skin. You will never, and no one has ever seen them as the lead in Bollywood films. And they also try to make their Bollywood stars in commercials and ads appear much even like 3 or 4 shades lighter. I mean, you saw the commercial. So if they're doing that within their own community, then black people, let's be honest, you're not going to really see, you're not going to really see a black person that's not Indian as a lead up over there. A lot of other people of color, they need to deal with their own racism and colorism before they can talk about some of the stuff they be saying, because some of y'all have your prejudice and racist and colorist over there. And then you want to talk about black people, and black people got it going on in the black race too. And I ain't trying to hear nothing. The British, the white people. No, a lot of people were colorists before they met white people. Okay. Well, let's just be real here. Now we know that India was colonized by the British, and yeah, some of them participated in being colorist and looking down on other Indians. They're not all innocent, you know. They had that going on up over there when the British came, and when the British came, made it even worse. And I don't want to keep hearing people's excuses. White people do not run India anymore. So if you wanted to cast darker Indians, you would. You don't want to. Same thing with black people in America. I'm tired of the colorism thing. White people, slavery is over. You got a choice. You don't have to be attracted to what you're not attracted to, but always blaming the white people like they got a whip and saying, you better hate that person because their skin is darker. You better. Ain't nobody making you in 2025. So I ain't trying to hear the excuses. Okay? Either you weak or you're strong. Either you're fair or you're not. When I say fair, I'm not talking about skin color. I hate the word fair skin. If you look up what fair means in the dictionary, I don't understand why any person on earth is calling somebody who was pale fair skin. Have you lost your mind? Look up the word. So, you know, it's no excuse. People love to try to blame British people, white people for everything, when really it's just something that they uphold in various communities because you feel like it. So ain't nobody making you be prejudiced against anyone's skin color. You have a choice. So yeah, Bollywood, I mean, look, I think it would be great to see black people in other groups link up, do film together, build allyship, friendships. That would be a great thing to see. You know, I would love to see it. And it might happen, but it's not happening right now. Maybe it'll happen in the future. You know, when I think of, let me get the picture that I had earlier. Give me a quick little second. I think of Aishwarya Rai. Now, oops, hold on. Okay. She was the biggest star in all of India. She's like the Angelina Jolie of India. She was named the most beautiful woman in the world, I think, by People magazine, I think. And she seems to be very nice. She's very articulate. She's well educated. And I remember from what I heard, They wanted her to work with Will Smith, and they really wanted that to happen. Now, I might be wrong. This was years ago, but this is something I remember when they were talking about her on Oprah and all this stuff. And, well, she didn't work with Will Smith. I think she wanted to. The thing is, though, do you really think Bollywood is ready to pair their biggest stars with black men on film? Now, she was in the Pink Panther. They will pair them with white men, because I've seen this on Bollywood. They'll pair the Indian woman with a white man, and that's okay. But they won't go and pair her with a black man. I did see that in one film where she slept with an African black man. And then afterwards she felt dirty because she didn't even know the man. And, you know, but they don't, I'm talking about Will Smith, an A-list star. I think it would be good to see it. They don't have to make love and stuff, but just to work together. But I think it didn't happen because the Indian film industry wasn't ready to pair their Indian women in roles alongside big name black men. So, you know, and I've heard some things too about what happened with Aishwarya Rai, allegedly getting hit on physically by this top Indian man, and the things they go through because they're still Indian. They might be big, but they still have the Indian culture. They still have the arranged marriages. Some of the men abuse the women. All types of stuff be going on and behind the scenes. But she is the biggest. She's on his level. She's the top actress in India. But Indian people rip her apart too. I look through the comment sections and they can't, you think that it's just in America and you see this? No, they tear her apart. They criticize her. Some of them are jealous because her eyes are bluish gray. She married into the top Indian family. She's always speaking very well. And a lot of them are very jealous of her. You wouldn't believe it, but I've seen it through the comment sections. Indian people hating on this woman, and she's their biggest star representing them. Okay, not all of them feel this way, but I've seen it. Okay, so back to Shah Rukh Khan. Well, he is the global star. And I think it's kind of sad that so many black people outside of America, they love him. But he made those commercials. Basically, he wouldn't trade skin complexions with you if you're darker than him, you know? And that's sad. I think that they need to stop doing stuff like that. Someone mentioned Africa. Yeah, it exists a lot in Nigeria and stuff like that. But people always try to use black people as the, like, you can never use black people, I don't care where they are, as the face of skin bleaching. Asia is the top place where they do it. It's in all the lotions and all that stuff. And look, there ain't nothing wrong if you want to lose your tan. There ain't nothing wrong if you want to correct dark marks on your body if you have uneven skin tone. Okay? There ain't nothing wrong with that to me. My thing is when they basically say, look, we got to get you to be as white as a sheet of paper. You got to look Caucasian as possible, you know. But this exists, and there are plenty of beautiful white people. All races got beautiful people in them. But it is damaging when they insult people because of their color, or they won't. Like, you can marry who you want to marry, but it's something serious. Like, black people, colorism don't even compare to Asian colorism. It's sickening. It's sickening beyond, and I don't believe that it will be cured off the planet anytime soon, to be honest with you. I mean, slowly, I think that it would be a smart business move, like Tyler Perry, to pair with someone in Bollywood. He doesn't need to. He's already big. But I would love to see black people and other groups of people work together and do projects together and all that other stuff. But maybe some are afraid the influence black people can have. And next thing you know, people within their group going to start desiring to marry black people more, even though there are plenty of Caribbeans who already are mixed with Indian. Indians do mix with black people in the Caribbean. Okay. As far as London, I'm not quite sure. In India, we know India is predominantly Indian, and they got their whole caste system thing up over there. It is sickening. Okay. So Yeah. So yeah, someone said in the chat, Flower Pow says, why be mad at black people instead of the person who didn't know his name? Yeah. Because some of them who are racist are taking out their anger on black people. Tiana Taylor is a celebrity herself. Okay. Now I had never heard of Ego Nendwam, the woman on the right. I've never heard of her. I've never heard of her, but I know who Tiana Taylor is. Some of them felt like, who are y'all? You're beneath Shah Rukh Khan. How dare you not know who he is? Oh, thank you. Thank you, lavish chick. Thank you for the donation. You said, love your channel and content. Please do a call-in. Yeah, I haven't done a call-in in a while. I definitely want to do more in the very near future. I actually was going to just record this video about this situation, but I said, let me just go live and we can talk about this. And I have to say, with the interview, they were kind of dry. It was a little boring. Their energy wasn't like, hi, Shah Rukh Khan. It is so good to see you. I cannot believe you are here. This is the King Khan, King of Bollywood. Thank you so much for being here. You didn't hear that. It was more of, hi, you like, I mean, I understand the energy was off, but they did ask him, were you nervous to be here? We have the first Bollywood star in history here. They didn't say anything to disrespect him. They just felt like you're kind of dry. Like, do you know who this is? Like, do you know who you talking to? And it wasn't him who said this, but one thing he said is that he had to be convinced to come. That's not necessarily nice to say. I wonder, did he not want to come because the theme was to honor? Oh, let me take the poll down. Let's see the poll. Do you watch Bollywood films? 16% of you said yes, you watch Bollywood films. 84% of you said no, you have not watched Bollywood film. Now, not all Indians are racist people, but it's a significant enough problem, within their own group. So imagine how they might feel about you. Not all of them. And some Bollywood films, like I've said, they're very, very good films. I've watched Turkish films that were really good. I like different stuff. I don't just like to watch one type of thing. I don't listen to one type of music. Yeah, I felt like for him to say he didn't even really want to come, I wonder, is it because it was centered around Black American style? If it had been a different Met Gala, I wonder would he have come, but he never came to any before. And then you have to wonder, well, was it because they never invited you? Now you have the theme is Black dandyism. And from what I'm hearing, the committee and Tiana and other Black people invited you. And the Met Gala is a big deal in America. So I wonder about that. And for his stylist to say, well, we don't care what the theme is. We just gonna wear what we want, and not honor the theme, which was Black dandyism. Usually people want to say about respect. Well, respect goes both ways. Why can't you respect the theme that's centered for Black American dandyism? And then you just say, well, I'm gonna wear what I want. Basically, I don't care about your culture. I don't care about if the theme is for you. It's about me. And that's what some Indian people are kind of making it. This whole thing was historic for Black people. The Met Gala has never honored a style that is Black American. And they did it this year. And some Indians on TikTok completely are trying to ruin Black people's moment in fashion and make it all about Shah Rukh Khan and, oh, you don't know us, you don't know Bollywood, how dare you? Almost they're making it sound like these women told this man off or said something nasty to him, and they didn't. If anything, it would have been a great opportunity for you to bond with us and for us to get to know you more in your culture. Now you turned off a lot of Black people with this stank little attitude some of y'all got. And now the bleaching commercial now popped up and they're like, oh no, we're good over here. That's how some feel. And minding my business says they don't know who he is, and he's a legend in India. Yeah, he is a legend in India. He is. He's done over 80 films. But the thing is, again, Indian films are not promoted in America. You don't see them promoted on commercials. You don't see them on Netflix. You don't see them on any streaming service. You don't see them in the theater. Indian Americans will, of course, know who he is, but the average other American, no. You know? And Hollywood is not going to do that because they want all the money. They don't want us to invest and buy up other people's film from their country and not support American actors. You know, that's why they're saying, oh, y'all think the world just revolves around you as Americans. And that can be somewhat true because our country has the biggest influence around the globe. Let's just be real here. Not all the time, but a lot. Okay? Let's just be real. And we're not the only country that can be a little isolated. You have, North Korea, I believe, where they don't even have TVs and they don't know nothing outside of North Korea. Indian people, they might know who Angelina Jolie is, but do they know black actors and actresses? They might know Will Smith. They might know Halle Berry. But I guarantee you, they don't know the average black actor or actress. They don't watch so-called black film. They don't support the black film industry, a lot of Indians. So I don't feel like you can really criticize black people and you don't even support black actors and actresses yourself. You would never hire a lot of us to even be a lead in your industry, which is sad. You know, I feel there needs to be a lot of healing between many so-called minority groups, but it ain't gonna never happen until we call out all the bull crap, okay? A lot of other people of color, they don't like to be confronted about the things they do within their own group, down to how some of them treat their women, the colorism issues they got, which is nothing but racism. You call it colorism, it's racism, okay? And until that is healed and addressed, then it's not going to be fixed. You get what I'm saying? It's just not. And I had said that in a video a while ago, that racism in America is an ongoing problem. And I hate when black people, they believe that it's just white people. Not all white people are racist, but a lot of people. Y'all think y'all got something going on in America? You go to some of these other countries, you will be crying and screaming to get back to America with how you would be treated in some other countries. Okay? I'm just saying. I lost my train of thought for a second. That happens when I get a little bit of emotional, a lot of different things just rushing in my mind. But a lot of groups, they got to fix their issues. Yeah, here's my thought. In America, you have everyone coming here every month from countries where they have tribalism, where they have religious wars, where they have never met a black person and the things they see about black people they do not like. And then they're coming here every month from everywhere, including Africa. And they don't want to associate with you. They don't want to procreate with you. They don't want to live with you. They don't want you in their stores because they got it going on in their own country. And they haven't fixed that. And then they come up over here, and in their country, you would be a servant. And they think, who are these uppity, high mighty black people up over here? Why you talking to me like you were equal? Why you got me doing your feet at the nail salon? You would be my damn servant in my country. But they don't understand black people in America. We not them other black people from your land. You in America now. We are a different breed. Understand that? I'm just being real with you. I'm not saying we ain't got no issues, but no, we ain't nobody's slavery ended a while back up over here. And we ain't going back, okay? And we ain't bowing to nobody. And they feel that's arrogant, some of them. I think they think black Americans, some of them think we arrogant. It's not that. It's just, it ain't the slave days. I would, baby, if anyone try it with me in these other countries or whatever, I would rather go out and die than bow down and be a slave. Absolutely not. You know? And so it's a class issue also. It's a class thing, you know? I find it amazing when people not from here come up over here with, look, I know we got our issues, but baby, my black people ancestors been here since the foundation of the country. Not just the 1700s, boo, the 1300s. You gonna show some respect, you coming up over here. We, black people and white people, made America. Of course, we have our Native Americans who were here first, and they fought a good fight, but we know what happened. And that some of them are also our ancestors as well. Some of us are mixed with them. Yes, this is facts. Not all black people, but a number of us. And so we are America, black American people. This is facts. And again, it's the class issue. And now you ain't over in your country. And they think, who are these black people? You know, we're not your servants. We are Americans. We are a part of America. We influence damn near a lot of American culture, which then spreads globally in a lot of ways. So there comes the animosity and the class issue and the fact that in their countries, they feel you would be at the bottom. In my country, well, we ain't in your country. You up over here now. Understand? So, I mean, I'm just saying. So, hopefully in the future, very near future, instead of the arguing, get to know each other. Get to know each other's culture. Build friendships. That's what you should do. Instead of trying to build animosity and beef and all this stuff. You know, you could have said, well, you don't know who he is. Try watching some Bollywood films. I think you would enjoy it. You know, give it a chance. Stop blaming us. Well, I know the Bollywood actors, but the average American doesn't. Okay? And that's not all of Americans' fault. It's not promoted. You don't see any of it on the TV. So that's all for this video. Shah Rukh Khan didn't really seem that upset though. I think his stylist or whoever that man was, he seemed more upset than Shah Rukh Khan. I think he probably thinks this was good publicity for him. Over here in America, got people talking about him. So, yeah, he does make some good films. I'm not gonna lie. He is a legend, a global legend. He's just not popular in America, that's all. So that is it for this video. I thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the donation. Oh, thank you, Lavish Chick, again. Also, my Cash App, yeah, I'm gonna shout it out. It's in the description box if you would like to donate. So, okay. Keep It Simple says SRK, that's what they call him, SRK. And his designer didn't understand the assignment. They should have done some research because they did not meet the moment. Okay. Let's see. Jamar says, let's talk about the cross-dressing going on at the Met Gala. Yeah, you have A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. Let me see if I got a picture of them before I leave. Let's see if we can touch on that real quick. Give me a quick little second. Hopefully I still have a picture. I might not have the picture. Let's see. Oh, I do. Okay, there was cross-dressing. There's an agenda going on in entertainment. And I am so sad to tell you that I read comments on TikTok and stuff in the shade room. And I'm sorry to announce this, but you got a lot of black women who are falling for it. I have seen black women promoting it for a man to say, I want to wear my woman's clothing. When I was a little girl and a teenager, you would never, ever catch a black woman saying something like that. It was unheard of. But what they're doing, because you got ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. I didn't want to take it here, but word on the street is that he's into men. Others are saying he is bi. Now, what other people don't want to say, now y'all not gonna like this, but it's true. Rihanna is bisexual. Oh yeah. Rihanna has been involved with women. And that's her business. If she is, she is. I still love her music. I still think she's an inspiration. But word on the street is that her and Claire Sevigny, whatever her name, this supermodel, and a few women, she's gotten down with them. I will say allegedly. So would it be abnormal for a bisexual woman to be with a bisexual man? Word on the street, I mean, look, ASAP Rocky said he wants to be taken care of like a woman. He wants flowers, he wants a bad bee, and he also said that he wants to wear his woman's clothing. He said that he likes to wear Rihanna's clothing. When I was little and a teenager, that meant that your man is a cross-dresser. That's what it meant. He's a cross-dresser. That's what they would say. He's saying who drew the line at what a man can wear. I've also seen gay women who try to look like men saying, why are you judging me as a man and looking at me like a man? Girl, you're trying to look like a man your damn self. You are a stud. You dress like a man. You try to act like a man. So please shut the hell up that women look at you as a man or something. You're trying to be a damn man. We ain't gonna play these games where you don't know what dressing like a man and a woman is. You ain't playing that game with me. I ain't no Gen Alpha, okay? I'm a millennial. I'm one of the last of a certain generation. I'm one of the last homemakers. I'm one of the last that believe in traditional men and women. Not the whole being abused and pick me thing. We one of the last generation with what they trying to do up over here. Okay? You got these men, yes, Jamar, at the Met Gala, coming in wearing skirts and stuff. Now, it's true that I think Irish culture and all that type of stuff, the men wore kilts and stuff. Sometimes, I mean, look, stop playing these games. They trying to mess with y'all mentally to get you prepared so you can't tell if your man gay or not. We can't tell no more. We don't know what's going on. The men wearing 2 earrings in their ear, they dyeing their hair, they're wearing tight skinny jeans. We can't even tell who's straight or gay, the men no more. We don't know, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to blur everything so you can accept it to get you prepared to start dating these bisexual men. As if black women don't have enough HIV coming from these men. They trying to kill y'all. Sorry, I gotta take it there. That's what's gonna happen. They are trying to set it in motion that women in America will be dating these openly cross-dressing men. Now, if you want to date a bisexual, that's your business. You can do whatever you want. But they're trying to make it normal. And they're not gonna stop sleeping with men. When America finally gets the agenda pushed for you to date and marry bisexual men, the AIDS rates is going to be off the damn charts. Get mad if you want to. We've seen it going on with black women, with these bi men already, what they doing to you. Once they get you to accept it out of pure desperation, because y'all going to be so damn desperate to get a man and a husband because there ain't no real men left, that y'all going to settle for them dating men too. And y'all gonna end up with that shit. I hate to say it. And no one's exempt from it. No one's exempt. Anyone can get it. Let's be real here. But there's a high amount of that from these men dealing with men and coming back to women. So go ahead. I can't stand it. I see black women making videos saying you need to date bi men, accept it, you homophobic. Oh, girl, shut up. Stop trying to send black women to the slaughter to get more damn HIV. You fucking fool. I can't stand black women like that. Disgusting. Have you not seen the statistics? Are you out your damn mind? So, but go ahead, do what y'all want. I mean, it's going to probably happen anyway. They pushing it hard. Will Smith's son, they're trying to call it unisex androgynous thing going on with the clothing. All of them, they got the black men doing that hard now, you know. It don't matter. Let me go in your closet and put on your skirt. Baby, if my man come to me talking about you want to wear my skirt, you got to get the hell up out of here. It's over. You a cross-dresser. You are a cross-dresser. Okay? I don't want no cross-dressing man. But if he's honest about it, Rihanna knows that he's into that, so she accepts it. That's her choice. They're still together. They're still happy. They're still making children. Whether you like that she's married or not, Rihanna wants her baby. She chose the man, and she's having them all by the same man. Will they get married? Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. You know, and that's her choice. My thing is that they're trying to make this normal to have, especially young black men, think that it's normal to want to go in your girlfriend's closet wearing her clothing, and it's not. I will fight the good fight. I still believe in gender roles. Oh, yeah. It's a part of nature. Gender roles are a part of nature. And you have men who don't want to follow it because they don't want to provide anymore. Men is supposed to bring home the bacon, go out to work, hunt, fix the car, mow the lawn, move heavy things, open the jar, pay the bills, and the woman is supposed to keep her home looking beautiful. Make sure she is clean, she is dressed nice, she cooks, she massages him, and they make love to each other, and her children are kept clean and know how to read and are educated. Now, what I just said is going to trigger the hell out of hardcore feminists, but that's what I believe in. You don't have to. Yes, I come from the generation that was raised that way, and I believe in it. You don't have to, but I do. And the reason y'all are so out of order and y'all got all this chaos now between men and women is because you're trying to blur the lines and create chaos between the gender roles. And now look at you. Look at you. Look at y'all. In America, the men are off the chain. It's harder to find a husband, a quality man. The women are heartbroken, have been forced to be men. Take care of herself, can't depend. And some of them have now gotten so used to it, they are not even in their femininity or want to fulfill and do things that a woman should do. And the men don't want to do what the man's supposed to do. And that's why y'all are all effed up over here. See, the men want you to be the traditional woman, but they don't want to be the traditional man. And then you do have some women who don't understand their role as women. They don't know sometimes you do need to shut the hell up. No one asks for your extra opinion on everything with your smart mouth. That happens too. And I'm not saying this specifically to black women. You have some women calling men bruh, bro. He's not a bro or your bruh. And I damn sure don't want no man calling me that. Y'all are trying to make it seem normal to look like men, and it's not. And the men to try to look like women. Y'all think it's normal to pay for a man's date? That's not. You want to be treated like a lady? Stop accepting the bullshit from the men. That's why they think they can get away with what they get away with, because so many of you women have allowed them to be feminine. And you guilt yourself. Well, I could do this. No. That's why they're spoiled and they think they don't have to do anything for you. They think you need to meet them halfway on a date when traditionally the man is supposed to come to your house and pick you up. Now it's too dangerous. He can go to the restaurant. I will meet you there. And he's paying for that damn date. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's how a man does it. But a lot of you women now are letting them slide, and they getting spoiled, and they think they women now. And then you got some women trying to promote certain stuff that actually hurts us as women. Okay? Then you want a leader, but then you don't want him to have an opinion. Some of you. You don't want him to lead the home. I don't have to. He's the man. He's supposed to be the leader. If he's not smart and he's stupid or he's weak, don't marry him. You marry men who can lead and who can take charge, and you listen to him. And if he's a man, he's not going to try to hurt you or give you or tell you anything that's going to hurt you or his family. If he comes home from work and says, I am hungry, honey, you are supposed to cook him something. Get mad if you want to. Or tell him should order some food if y'all got money. If you don't feel like cooking, he got money. I know I'm going off into a whole different, y'all got me riled up just preaching now. And normally when men, at least back in the day, not too long ago, if you were happy and you had a good man that you loved, you would be happy to do it any damn way because you love him. That's your man. If you don't have affection and love in your relationship, why the hell are you together? Why are you together if there's no love or affection? Make it make sense. If he will not sleep with you, he doesn't want you in the relationship. If you don't want to give your man no kitty cat, no coochie, what the hell is the problem? Get some help. Yes, clean T dimensions. I don't want no man calling me female. I am not, no, I am a woman. I am a lady. Don't call me a female like a science project, some specimen, the female subject. No, I am a woman. And a man doesn't know it, but I watch for things like that. I won't say nothing. I'll just wait and see if he says it, and I already know, oh, we ain't gonna be together because you don't respect women. Female. And now you got women calling other women female. Have y'all lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? But yet you want to be treated as a woman and you want men to be men, yet you letting him call you a female and you calling other women females. I don't like to use the words that men make up to disrespect women as a part of my everyday language when it was made by men who cannot stand you. It is becoming a circus, lavish chick. Dating is the worst I have ever seen in my life. I am a single woman. Yes, I could get a man, but I'm scared to death at what I'm seeing. This is why maybe I need to stick to older men like I used to. Because I say the Lil Wayne generation and younger is horrendous. And I'm sorry to say, even some of the women are getting horrendous too. But women are yearning for real men. I see it all the time when I look at films that used to show masculine men, and they look at Nora Smith and her relationship, and I see the women crying and crying all through the comments section, begging and pleading, Lord, I wish I had a real man. Lord, I wish I had a husband. Why can't I find love? The women want love. Women want traditional masculine men. They want providers. But it's so scarce today, and the men are in their princess era, that the women are turning to stud women, or they're just being alone and crying alone in the bed and privately. I suggest dating other cultures of men for all women who are still masculine, whether he's a foreigner or not. They are the last. America is turning into something that is going to just be horrendous. Horrendous. What's going on in the dating and the way these guys are turning. If you have children, please raise your sons to be masculine men, please. So the next generation of women don't have to suffer and cannot find a man because the quality of men isn't shit out here. Please. You know? Now you got a few real good men sprinkled. But what you see today, especially these young men, girl, good luck to you with them. A number. They already saying we ain't got to protect women. You want to be seen as a man, but yet you don't want to do what men do. Don't you know if you did what men do, then you could have all the women you wanted? This is facts. Women fight over the alpha male. You put a group of men somewhere, the strongest man out the group, in some cases tall too, let's be honest, tall, good looking, but masculine. If you put a group of men in a room and there's some type of issue and there's a fight, the man who stands the tallest and bravest, who's the fighter of the group, willing to fight for a woman or for himself, women are going to be attracted to him because they think he can protect me. That's a man who stands for something. That man will go to war. That's a man. You put the alpha in the pack, majority of the women are going to fight to be able to have that man. Or if he has a really good penis size, I'm sorry, I had to take it there with you too. They will also clamor to have that man. I'm just being real with you. Or if he's very good looking, you put a good looking man in a group and he's the best looking, best body. Every woman there is going to try to get that man. But women are turned on by masculinity. The strong man, the fighter, the warrior. Women like that. Not a man who wants to fight everybody and is stupid now. He's a troublemaker. He can't control his emotions. But when it's time to stand up, when it's time to fight for something, he's the one. He's not the punk of the group. That will attract women that get turned on by it. And they think he'll protect me. He'll fight for me type of thing. So, I mean, that's just how it is. When I hear men, I actually saw a very attractive man on TikTok say that he was interested in a woman and he punked out. That turned me off. You mean you saw a woman that you actually was interested in that could have been your wife and you wasn't the man and you didn't approach? Men who do not approach women are weak men to me. They're beta. Even if you get rejected, you still went for what you wanted. Men who sit in the background and won't go up to the woman he's been looking at, it's normal to maybe fear rejection, but the fact that you would let something get away from you that you wanted, and you're the man, y'all are the dominant species, y'all run the world, y'all are supposed to be the head, and you can't approach a woman, that's a weak man. Get mad if you want to. Confident, strong men approach women. Even if she says no, he goes for what he wants. Women respect that. Women like that. I hate it. A man keeps staring at me. I'm not coming up to you. You come to me. You're the one interested in me. And plus, I need to know that you're choosing me. A man who doesn't want you will abuse you. He has to be attracted to you. So he has to pick you. Now, if I feel like flirting, that's different. I might just be in the mood. And maybe I don't care if you talk to me or not. Maybe you might not. But overall, the man is the pursuer. And that's also something that they're trying to make women not want anymore. Believe me, it makes all the difference if he's attracted to you. Men who are not attracted to the woman that he picked, they don't usually go all out for you. The sex is lackluster, and they also treat you a certain way. Men act completely different when they want you. When he's chosen you, they're more excited. They call you more. They ask you out more. They spend money on you more. The sex might even be better because he actually is attracted to you. He wants you. Versus when they don't want you, like, she's all right. Okay, I guess I'll talk to her. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. They don't treat you the same. It's not the same chemistry. What he gives is not the same. He's lazy in the relationship. He's boring. He's not excited for you. He doesn't have good conversations with you. He criticizes you a lot more, your body and stuff, because he was never even that attracted. He cheats on you more because he never wanted you. You weren't chosen. He settled. He has to want you. So let the man approach you. Because if he didn't choose you, your relationship is not going to be what it's supposed to be. He won't be excited over you. He might like you a little bit, like she's all right. You know, when I see these men making videos about, I wasn't attracted to my wife, but I learned to love her. I guarantee you the relationship he has with a woman he actually wants is completely different than what it is with his wife. There's an excitement, there's a chemistry when y'all are attracted to each other. Every woman know that when you was into the man you was dating and you thought he was fine, you couldn't stop touching him. You couldn't stop rubbing his head. You couldn't stop wanting to do things to him sexually because you wanted him. It's completely different than when you don't want the man. I'm sorry to tell you this, it is. Believe that shit. You smile more when there's attraction. You want to do things to him. All types of stuff. And it's the same thing for a man. These men who say, I ain't doing this and that for a woman, baby, they do for the woman that they want, who they want in their bed, who they want to show off. And men will say, well, we're physical. Yeah. You can be the worst woman in the world, the worst mama in the world. But if you look good to him, he'll completely overlook all that. He wants to take you around his friends. He wants to take you on dates. He wants you to meet his family. He wants to show you off. And when they get with women, they ain't feeling that much in the looks department. He ain't really and over you. He ain't taking you everywhere. He ain't showing you off and all that other stuff. He ain't trying to give you no money. This is facts. So, and I hate when I see women trying to take up for men like y'all don't even know who you dealing with. You don't even know who you dealing with. You don't understand them. You think they the same as you. Girl, please. Especially if she hasn't dated a number of men, you know. And that's how they prefer it, so you don't know what they really do and how they are, a number of them. You can be the most loyal woman. You cooking, cleaning, you're sucking, you're doing all this stuff. But he never wanted you. And he got like 3 or 4 other women he's pursuing on the side and you don't even know about it. And they're not even better than you. But he's so caught up in how they look that he'll risk it all. Because a lot of men can't be satisfied until they get what they want. That's why when they get money, they pick who they want. Because now they know the money can finally get me what I want, but they're always shaming women to not want a man with money. But they even know that, yeah, I can get now what I want because I can provide for the woman that I want. And now I'm on top. I am the alpha man now. I am. And money made that possible. So they can keep playing these mental games with you all you want to. Men are fully aware of what money brings, and they're fully aware how important it is. Which is why when they get it, they flex and they go and get women that they actually want and who they feel they can afford. but they want to make you believe certain shit that ain't even true. And y'all be trying to act all moral and I'm a good woman. It doesn't matter to me. So no, why are you? No, it doesn't matter, girl. Meanwhile, they're laughing behind your back. Because damn, I got her to think like me. I got her to settle. I don't even F her that great. And she pays half my rent. This is working out actually great. And if he actually got the money that he wanted, most of them would dump you for who they wanted. I'm just being real with you. Now, some of them won't, but a good portion of them would, and they know they would. Women are always taken up for men, when if it was opposite, the men would just be honest with you, and it would break your heart if they actually told you how they think, a number of them. I'm sorry to tell you this. But they need your loyalty, they need your delusion, and they need you to settle and accept him for who he is and his flaws and his lack of having anything. Because they need coochie. A man can't live without a woman. A man can't live without kitty cat. It ain't all about just needing a woman, I need companionship. No, he can't live without that kitty cat. That's not natural for a man. So he'll settle with a woman that ain't his type or who he don't even like because he still gets his meals cooked, he still has access to kitty cat, and his house being cleaned. That's why they want you to be quiet. When men say, I just need a woman to be quiet, sometimes that just means I ain't really into her. I don't feel like hearing her mouth. I don't want to know you. I just need you to be a woman and serve me and give me my kitty cat. All that extra stuff in your opinions is irritating. I don't care about who you are as a person. I don't care about your mind. I don't care about who you are. I don't want to connect to you on a soul level and care about your opinions about what you think. Because you're nothing to me. You're an object. You're my property. Cook, clean, suck it, and give me some kitty cat. That is your role. Now, if it was a woman he actually was attracted to physically strongly, he would want to hear her talk all day. He just loves to be in her presence. He just wants to have all of her. It's different. I'm just keeping it real with you. But a lot of men cannot say certain things because it would ruin the benefits they get, and it would break your heart. Now, I'm not saying that all men are like this, but a lot of them are. A lot of them. And some of them will abuse you when they're in love with you because they know they didn't deserve you, or they know they've been doing wrong, and they rather you leave him than him leave you. Or he thinks, I don't deserve her. So they'll take it out and start abusing you because they know this woman, I shouldn't even be with her. This is an incredible woman. Why is she with me? Look at how I talk to her. And she stays. Women love men more than men love women a lot. That's how it goes a lot. Which is why some women feel the man needs to love the woman more. If he loves you, you should love him. But if he loves you, he ain't going to leave you. He ain't going to mistreat you. He ain't going to abuse you. Because he chose you. So, I'm just saying. So, I know I was preaching. I actually have to go. But, A$AP Rocky is a cross-dresser. He wears women's clothing. People might call it gender fluid now, whatever they calling it. When I was younger, it was called cross-dressing. But they're trying to make the things that was not seen as normal now. And they're trying to get the Black American woman to go with it hardcore because they know that Black American people don't get down with certain stuff that other people do. And they're trying to make that normal for you to accept the program. And I refuse. If you want to date men, date men. That's your business. If you want to cross-dress, cross-dress. I don't date men who cross-dress. I don't have to. and I will not have it forced on me. I'm not bowing to it. So that's all I have to say to that. I mean, some of these black men at the Met Gala wearing skirts, some of them just wanted to wear it. Some of them are into that. But I do think there are some higher up people who are telling them what to do and what to wear to, because black people, like Jamar says, are the cultural leaders. Once you get black people to make things popular in hip hop and R&B, then it goes global. And it affects America. If your favorite rappers are doing it, then the other people and black people in other countries, they gonna start doing it. This is facts. This is facts. So, you see it all the time though. Like, even Kim Kardashian, black men made her famous. And now every woman gets plastic surgery to try to look like her, at least who are not black. She is the look that they go for. They try to get the Bratz doll or some of the black women features type of thing, making that popular. So people follow. People do follow what becomes popular in America. In hip hop, as toxic as some of it can be, influences a lot of people, not black and black people. I mean, skinny jeans was never popular. Lil Wayne started wearing them skinny jeans. Now black men wear skinny jeans now. Lil Wayne got all them face tattoos on his face. Black and non-black people got all these tattoos and crosses on their faces and foreheads, and the black women. Like I have never seen in my life, looking like walking zombies. I don't even know where they work. I'm like, who's hiring y'all looking like this? It's an epidemic. Looking like a hot mess. And Lil Wayne was a big part of that. But no one ever says it. But I've witnessed it. I've been watching, observing. And soon, the more of these rappers start wearing these skirts, the more men you're going to see wearing skirts. I don't think it's working, though. They've been trying to push this hardcore, and it still hasn't worked. But I don't think they're going to give up the fight to try to bring this into Black American culture and then make it spread globally. I don't know. They've been trying for a while with it, with the skirt thing, and it ain't really happened yet. So we shall see. We shall see. So that is it, y'all, for my video. I thank you so much for joining me. I probably missed saying some stuff, but that is just some of what I observe. And what I said does not apply to all men, but it does apply to a high significant amount. So that's all, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please get those likes up. If you have any stories or topics you would like me to look at, my email is in the description box. Some of you do send me stories, and sometimes some of the videos that I look at, I notice that it's hard for me to talk about them. Some of the videos that's sent, it might be a video of another creator giving their opinion about a video and not the original video. Or some stuff that I just has nothing to do with me as far as being in America. Some stories, even though I do touch on some stories that's outside of America, some stuff I do, some stuff I don't. But if you see something interesting, you can always email me and I will see. I don't touch on everything, but I will look at it. Okay. I prefer you to just send me just describe the video and the name of it. I don't like to click on links a lot. You have to be careful with that. So that is it. Thank you all. Please get those likes up, like, share, and subscribe. People are watching, so it does affect the algorithm. People will know about these videos, okay? And you all take care. I probably might be live again real soon. All right. Bye, everyone.